Hello, everybody, and welcome. I hope you're all having a good afternoon. It's 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern again, and time for another TOS Tuesday review. Today, we are doing a quick review of Season 1, Episode 13, The Conscience of the King. And it's a very good story. the a party of players for Shakespeare plays is traveling around the cosmos, and Kirk wants to go see his best friend, one of his best friends, who's there. And his best friend has actually sent an emergency code, and he says that Kodos, the executioner, who is a man who committed, what the G word on his planet, um, his Kirk's friend says that he knows it's him. And Kirk, of course, is pissed because he says, I know you. You're not one to just go off the gun, and start, spouting conspiracy and saying this guy is Kodos. And that's where the adventure begins. And of course, everybody that's come in contact with these players who might have known Kodos back then have somehow been eliminated. And the last two people it comes down to is Riley, who he sends to the engine room, locks him away somewhere, but then he almost dies, and then Kirk. So it's really a good episode. Um, Let me take a look here real quick. Okay. All right. So just to give you the details, of course, all the background information from IMDb. Thursday, December 8th, 1966 is when it came out. It there are over 4,500 people that have seen this episode. Apparently, they've given it a 7.1 out of 10, which is about a C grade. It is right up there at a C grade. Usually, anything from 7 to 7.5 is a C. Anything after 7.5 is a C plus. I would actually give this a B minus because I thought it was pretty good. I mean, it's a good mystery, but the plot is just taking too long. It's plodding along, and it's kind of slow. But then again, when you find out who the killer is at the end, it really is great. It's a great reveal. So anyway, so yeah, the plot is while Captain Kirk investigates whether an actor is actually a presumed dead mass murderer, a mysterious assailant is killing the people who could identify the fugitive. Yeah, very good. Okay, so let's take a look at the background. Now, I know this is going to have a lot of trivia, so I'm only going to go with the first couple of trivia bits. Usually they do that for Star Trek. Okay. Now, the director was Gerd, Gerd, really weird, Gerd Oswald, Oswald. And the writers were Gene Roddenberry and Barry Trivers. And of course, the usual cast of characters, Shatner, Nimoy, let's see. Yeah, Yeoman Rand, played by Grace Lee Whitney, DeForest Kelly, Michelle Nichols, Uhura, blah, 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 blah. Most of them. Okay, so if I get a chance, I will go ahead and go over the two main characters in it. One is Arnold Moss, who played Caridian, who's supposed to be Kodos, and Barbara Anderson, who played his daughter Lenore. So we'll go over those two. And I wonder where Riley is at. Oh, there he is, Bruce Hyde, Kevin Riley. You know what? I'll do 3 today, and we'll take a look at Bruce Hyde as well, because I don't know where he's been, and I just wanted to check it out. So, all right, let's take a look at trivia. Okay. Whoa. Hello. Come back here. Okay. Oh, yeah, and there's like 50 more, so let me see how many spoilers I've got. I've only got 2 spoilers. Okay, very cool. So I'm just going to give you some basic info to start. I'll give you 2 spoilers, but I'll let you know when I get to the spoiler. Make sure you put your hands over your ears if you haven't seen this episode yet. Okay. Barbara Anderson, who played Lenore, developed a fever blister cold sore on her lip during filming. Besides using makeup to partially disguise it, she was often filmed with part of her lower face in shadow. Okay. In the original draft, the character whose parents had been murdered by Kodos was named Lieutenant Robert Dakin. When Bruce Hyde was cast in the role, the staff realized that the same actor had already played a character named Kevin Riley in the episode of The Naked Time, so the character was renamed accordingly for the sake of consistency. The script began with a view of the city on Planet Q, with a poster advertising the Caribbean Company of Players superimposed over it, then dissolving into the performance of Macbeth. Director Gerd Oswald decided this lead up was unnecessary and chose a more gripping opening of Macbeth's dagger shown close up. When Kirk goes to the late dinner party and comes out to meet Lenore, you can hear a very slow jazz version of the series theme song. This is the first time it has been played as source music. The other times this occurs in the original series is later in the episode when Kirk is speaking to Lenore in Caridian's cabin, when Ariel Shaw enters the bar um, in the episode Court Martial, and when Kirk, McCoy, and Tanya Barrows run to Sulu's position in Shore Leave uh, episode. A scripted line cut from the episode established that Kirk was a midshipman, fresh out of the academy when he was stationed on TOS 4 and witnessed the massacre. Since it happened 20 years before the events of this episode, this would have indicated that Kirk is somewhat older than what was later established in the Deadly Years episode. It should be noted, however, that while Academy cadets enter as midshipmen, they graduate as ensigns. Okay, here are the two spoilers. So when you're ready, if you haven't seen this episode yet, make sure you put your hands over your ears and go la 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 while I'm trying to read these two. Okay. When Lenore shoots Caridian Kodos and kills him, she doesn't zap him into oblivion as the kill setting normally does, allowing her to weep over the body. This indicates that the phaser has more settings than just stun or kill and can be adjusted to different intensities. The same setting used by Lenore was used in the Man Trap episode to kill the M113 creature. In addition to the title, this episode shares many plot elements with Hamlet. For example, a leader's troubled conscience, his crimes being exposed during a play, and a daughter going insane, or more so, in Lenore's case, after the accidental killing of her father. Lenore recites the lines leading up to and including these over her father's body. The most overt reference is in the teaser, where the Caridian Company is performing a scene from Macbeth, when the title character, played by Caridian, murders King Duncan and utters the line, "Will all Neptune's great ocean wash this blood clean from my hands?" Yeah. See, we're just quoting Shakespeare, YouTube overlords. Anyway, okay, let's see. All right, for the goofs, we have one continuity. When Kirk first requests the data tapes from the computer, his hands are spread apart. In the next shot, and for the rest of the scene, they are clasped together. Then there's a factual error. Riley wears a gold uniform shirt, indicating that he's a member of the command division. However, he is seen serving both the communications and engineering departments and should be wearing a Red Ship's Services Division shirt. Okay, here are a couple of goofs that are registered as spoilers. So here's the first one. A phaser set on kill will disintegrate the person its beam hits. Yet Caridian falls to the floor intact. However, there does seem to be a middle ground setting, which is shown in other Trek entries as well. All right, and here's one more spoiler. In a revealing mistake, the dead Caridian can be seen breathing. That's not good. All right, and there's an anachronism. Forensic protocols have dropped sharply in Kirk's time. Leighton's body should have been brought to a proper lab, not his couch. And there's an audio-visual that's unsynchronized. When Uhura can be heard singing the final line of the song to Riley, her mouth is closed. Where my heart is. That one. Then there's a couple of plot holes. While Star Trek anticipated a number of technological and scientific innovations, it apparently failed to predict DNA testing, which could have resolved the question if the body burned beyond recognition found on Tarsus 4 was indeed that of Kodos. The prequel series, Star Trek Enterprise, in 2001, does make frequent references to DNA identification. The drama hinges on the idea that if the last few eyewitnesses die, then the knowledge of what Kodos looked like will be lost. But the computer files have Kodos' mugshot and voice print to compare with Anton Caridian. And Spock discovers the Tarsus 4 connection by asking the computer to correlate the historical data on Kirk, Layton, Riley, and Caridian and identify any common episode or reference. The computer reports in the affirmative, but it's previously clear that Kirk isn't certain about Caridian being Kodos, at least in part because there's no record placing Caridian at Tarsus 4. All right, here's a spoiler. Couple of them. Wow. Okay. And these are under the plot holes. So the first spoiler is a phaser set to overload begins making noise as soon as the setting is engaged. However, the phaser hidden in Kirk's quarters doesn't start making noise until long after it was placed in the middle of Kirk's conversation with Spock. Captain Kirk orders Anton Caridian to read a text into a wall communicator in order to determine whether the actor is in fact Kodos. Kirk tells Caridian that electronic voice matching will prove infallibly whether or not Caridian is Kodos. But when the test results come back, Mr. Spock calls them a match. Kirk insists that the infallible comparison still isn't close enough. When frantically searching for the overloading phaser in his quarters, Kirk throws a lot of books to the ground, but completely ignores the number of different containers and boxes that were more likely to have a phaser hidden inside them. Kirk quarters the actors on his ship, believing the murder of Dr. Layton to be among them, with Anton Caridian as the prime suspect. Yet the actors, including Caridian, are apparently allowed to walk about the ship freely, and Lenore is able to walk undetected into sensitive areas and make attempts on the lives of Kevin Riley and Captain James Kirk. Caridian cannot account for his whereabouts during the attempts. If Kirk had assigned surveillance to him when he came on board, as common sense dictates, he would have been cleared of involvement in the attempts. When the phaser is set to overload, Kirk says that you have to clear out the entire section because of the size of the potential explosion. However, Kirk then dumps the phaser down the garbage hatch, and since the explosion can still be heard, it must be somewhere still on the ship, since if it had passed cleanly out of the ship into space, which is a vacuum, the explosion would not be audible. So it should have destroyed whatever section of the ship it was in while it was still passing through the chute. All right, there's a couple of the last few here are all character errors. Okay, so the first one is while McCoy is enjoying a drop of the True in sickbay, he offers Spock a drink. Spock explains, my father's race was spared the dubious benefits of alcohol. To which McCoy sardonically responds, oh, now I know why they were conquered. However, in the Immunity Syndrome episode, Spock explains to Kirk that Vulcan has not been conquered within its collective memory. The memory goes back so far that no Vulcan can conceive of a conqueror. At one point during an argument with Spock and McCoy, Kirk complains about them involving themselves in his personal affairs. However, the affair ceased to be merely personal as soon as he involved the ship and crew, and as an experienced officer, he would have been well aware of it. Mr. Spock reports that Governor Kodos had his 4,000 victims eliminated efficiently without pain. The brutally half-destroyed face of Dr. Layton, also attributed to Kodos, seems to be at odds with this claim. In a cocktail party scene, Captain Kirk sips from his drink. Then soon after, Lenore, whom Kirk has never met before, enters. After a brief exchange, she asks if the drink he's holding is for herself. Kirk displays his lack of manners, saying, why not, giving it to her knowing he just sipped from it. While talking to Spock in sickbay, McCoy is drinking on the job. That's not supposed to happen. The officer who first brought Lenore Caridian to the bridge, a major violation of protocol in itself, He is presumably engineering or security. However, instead of wearing ship services red, he wears the navigation gold. Okay, let's go to the quotes. All right, Dr. McCoy is first to speak, so he says, in a long history of medicine, no doctor has ever caught the first few minutes of a play. And then there's a interplay between Dr. McCoy and Mr. Spock. Oh, this is the first time in a week I've had time for a drop. Would you care for a drink, Mr. Spock? My father's race was spared the dubious benefits of alcohol. Oh, now I know why they were conquered. What are you worried about? Jim generally knows what he's doing. It was illogical for him to bring these players aboard. Illogical? Did you get a look at that, Juliet? That's a pretty exciting creature. Of course, your personal chemistry would prevent you from seeing that. Did it ever occur to you that you simply might like the girl? It occurred. I dismissed it. You would. And then between Caridian and Kirk, I am an actor. I play many parts. You're an actor now. What were you 20 years ago? Younger, Captain. Much younger. And Spock and Kirk. How did you know this lady was coming aboard? I'm a captain. There are, and then it's Kirk and Caridian. So there are no previous records for Anton Caridian prior to 20 years ago. The blood thins, the body fails, and one is finally grateful for a failing memory. I no longer treasure life, not even my own. I am tired. The past is a blank. Did you get everything you wanted, Captain Kirk? If I had gotten everything I wanted, you might not walk out of this room alive. And Spock says, even in this corner of the galaxy, Captain, 2 + 2 = 4. Almost certainly an attempt will be made to kill you. Why do you invite death? Then Kirk and Lenore, Kirk says, I had hoped to meet your father here tonight personally. I am sorry, Captain Kirk. He has a rigid rule about that. He never sees anyone personally, and he never attends parties. An actor turning away his admirers, very unusual. And then Lenore says, and this ship, all this power, surging and throbbing, yet under control. Are you like that, Captain? All this power at your command, yet the decisions that you have to make come from a very human source. And then Anton and Captain Kirk, if you're so sure that I'm Kodos, why not kill me now? Let bloody vengeance take its final course and see what difference it makes to this universe of yours. Those are beautiful words. Well acted. Change nothing. I suppose not. They're merely tools, like this ship of yours. And then Lenore says to Captain Kirk, you're like your ship, powerful and not human. There is no mercy in you. If he is Kodos, then I've shown him more mercy than he deserves. If he isn't, I will let you off at Benicia and no harm done. Captain Kirk, who are you to say no harm was done? Who do I have to be? And then the Enterprise computer. Okay, here we go. Got out the executioner summary. Governor of TOS 4, 20 Earth years ago, invoked martial law, slaughtered 50% of the population Earth colony that planet. Burned body found when Earth forces arrived. No positive identification. Case closed. I thought that was pretty good. Let's see. Kirk, Spock. Okay. Lieutenant Kevin Riley in communications. I wish to have him transferred down to the engineering decks. He came up from engineering, Captain. Well, I'm sending him back. Any explanation? He's a fine young officer. He's bound to consider this transfer a disciplinary action. I don't wish to discuss it, Mr. Spock. Please follow my orders. And McCoy says to Kirk, what if you decide that he is Kodos? What then? Do you play God, carry his head through the corridors in triumph? That won't bring back the dead, Jim. No, but they may rest easier. Mr. Spock says, you've got to pull him through, Doctor. I'm not sure I can. If he dies, the only one who'll be able to identify Kodos is the captain, and he'll be the next target. And then Caridian says, the revolution is successful, but survival depends on drastic measures. Your continued existence represents a threat to the well-being of society. Your lives mean slow death to the more valued members of the colony. Therefore, I have no alternative but to sentence you to death. Your execution is so ordered, signed Kodos, Governor of TOS 4. And then Lenore says, has the machine changed them? Made them just people instead of women? Excuse me for my coffee. Kirk says, worlds may change, galaxies disintegrate, but a woman always remains a woman. All this in power to Caesar of stars, Cleopatra to worship him. Then Dr. Layton says, that man on the stage, I'm certain of it. That's Kodos, the executioner. And Kirk says, the play is over. It's been over for 20 years. I was a soldier in a cause. There were things to be done, terrible things. You've got me backed into a corner. The men would never forgive me if I deprived them of your performance and your presence. And then Lenore says, so, the captain of the Enterprise. Interesting. So, Lady Macbeth. Interesting. What's your next move? And Larry Madsen, going through the intercom, says, Larry Madsen here. Is that you, Riley? What's up? Not me. I am down in the engineering room. Maybe you've been a bad boy. Maybe so. Whatever I've done, they're sure keeping it a secret from me. Alrighty, cool. Alright, and last but not least, we actually do have the theme from Star Trek played not only in the opening credits, but also played in the end credits. And then, Beyond Antares is the song that was performed by Nichelle Nichols Uhura, Mari Young, Lorindo Almeida, and Catherine Gotthofer. So Catherine Gotthofer was uncredited. The song was written by Wilbur Hatch, Gene L. Kuhn, and Marl Young and Lorindo and Nichelle were listed as the three that performed the song. So very cool. Alrighty. And let's see, what's last? Okay, and of course, filming location, Desilu Studios. You all know where it is. Alrighty. Very cool. And hello, Travel with Lisa MH. Hello, Mikey. Hi, Lisa. I and 2 likes. Thank you. It's good to see you, Lisa. Yeah, I just finished up here. Thank you for hitting the like. And I just said, hello, Lisa. Good to see you. You might have walked away. Okay, because you were probably busy. But that's all right. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate that. Okay. So that takes care of today for TOS, The Conscience of the King. It was a very good episode. As I said, I gave it a B minus. I thought, it was close enough. Some people have said it's a C plus grade. For me, it's probably about a B minus. So usually that's about a close to a 4. So it'd be like a 3.3 out of 5. Yeah, it's a B minus. And then it goes up as a B plus to it gets to a full B. So yeah, so a 3.3 out of 5 stars for me. Okay, so I want to thank Travel with Lisa MH for popping in, saying hello, and waving. She's probably pretty busy. I hope she did get to see Larry. So I know Larry is getting ready to get his trip started. He already just started there in Santa Monica Pier in Santa Monica, California. And now he's getting ready to go into Route 66. So we'll see how he does, and we'll try to keep track of his progress and how far he's going. And we hope and pray that everything goes well on the trip to Chicago, which is the final destination. And as he gets closer to that, I'll make sure I'll call my friend PJ Destin and leave him a message saying I have a friend named Larry. And I'll say his last name just to him on the phone. Larry B, but I know his full last name. But I'll mention it to my friend. So then I'll tell him that eventually in the next few days, he's going to be down there in downtown Chicago near the marker, which starts the Route 66 travel to go all the way down to Santa Monica. So if PJ can meet him there, lunch or something, that'd be really cool. because PJ is a very good friend. I've known him since I started YouTube. So yeah, and he's a singer songwriter and everything. Okay. Gorilla Censored Thoughts. Hello, Gorilla Kapla. Don't know how long I'll be here. Mother Nature is on the rag, and we went from wildfires to blizzard warnings in 24 hours. Oh, yikes. That's not good.
Hang in there.
Hang in there, Gorilla. That's all I can say. I'll pray for you, dude. I'll pray for you, brother. Yeah. I know. We're supposed to get some weird snow and rain tonight or early or tomorrow and early morning to all day tomorrow. And then Thursday we're supposed to get lots of rain. And if we get more rain thunderstorms, it's supposed to cause some massive flooding. So our next 2 days are gonna be, yeah, difficult. We're gonna have to watch it ourselves too. But I'm good to see you, my friend. And what's up? Let me ask you this question. If you want to answer, it's totally fine. You don't if you don't want to. But what is up with the bacon shake, dude? And you actually tried it and you said it was decent? Come on. Bacon is meant for eggs or, however eggs are done with bacon. Or you can have the Baconator, which is that big Wendy's sandwich that Suzanne and I really love. But having the bacon in a shake, bacon bits, woo, Gorilla. I would never touch it. But hey, you know what? I give it up to you for trying it on camera there, or trying it on video and shooting it with your daughter. Yeah. Oh, never knock something until you try it. And I told Larry I would try it. Oh, okay. Well, I wasn't knocking it. I just say that it just sounds gross. You know, but you're right. I don't know until I try it myself. But you know, I think the closest I've come to actually doing it is eating the Baconator, and we had the strawberry shake, right? So it might have still been in my mouth when I had a strawberry shake. Yeah. So maybe I did, inadvertently. I don't know. I don't know. But it was good. I mean, you know, strawberry shakes from Wendy's are really good. The frosty types and stuff. Those are good. And I really enjoy them. And having a Baconator right next to them with their big fries. Wendy's fries are much better than McDonald's fries. Yeah, they definitely are. Yeah. So it's always a good thing. But you're right. You're right what you just said. So hopefully you'll be all right there, Gorilla. Yeah, we'll stretch this a couple more minutes and
At least you didn't drink grass pop.
yeah, did you hear what Suzanne just said, Gorilla? Can you imagine Larry drinking grass soda? Oh, come on. I know I'm right. I know I'm right, damn it. Sure you are, Gorilla. Sure you are. Anyway, um, so next week, let's see. Okay, so next week, next Tuesday, we are covering season 1, episode 14, Balance of Terror. Yeah, there we go. Mark Leonard as a Romulan captain going up against Shatner. That's Kirk. Yeah, that's and Vincent McEvety. McEvety. Yeah, he's a great director, and that is a great episode. Over 6,100 people have given it an 8.8 out of 10. Well, actually, it's one of my all-time favorites. So I think I gave it a straight up A. I think it's a great one. Gorilla says I made him. Oh, Gorilla made him drink a grass soda.
Uh-huh.
Wow. Oh, by the way, I don't know if you've seen this shirt, but don't feed the sharks. This is from the Odd Aquarium that we have in downtown Toronto. It's it was created partly by the Ripley's Believe It or Not, but it's an actual aquarium which has live sharks and other mammals and sea life and everything. It's very cool. It's actually a very cool aquarium. So I got a T-shirt. Yeah, don't feed the sharks. All right. All right, so that'll be next week, next Tuesday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Balance of Terror. Yeah, that'll be a lot of fun. And let's see. I guess while we still. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? Oh, darn it. There's. I forgot to check those three actors from The Conscience of the King. So let's see. Let's take a look at Arnold Moss. Okay. Arnold Moss died in 1989. And he was born on January 28th, 1910. So he died at the age of 79. Given his aristocratic bearing, perfect diction, and resounding bass voice, it's not hard to believe that he was an experienced Shakespearean stage actor. It's quite rather harder to believe that he was born in Brooklyn, not London, but that's where he was from. An extremely well educated man, Phi Beta Kappa, a master's degree in French, and a PhD in theater. He had originally planned to become a teacher, but the acting bug bit him and he headed for a career. Very cool. Now, besides playing Caridian in Star Trek, he was in a movie way back in 1949 called Reign of Terror, where he played the character of Fouché. Then, in a movie in 1948, he was Colonel in a movie called The Loves of Carmen. And he played the alien in 1957 in a movie called The 27th Day. And the last thing he worked on, he was Melvin Cavanaugh in the soap opera One Life to Live. He did one episode in 1983. Oh, and he did Fantasy Island. He was the Sheik in 1978. Wow, very cool. One episode. That is so cool. All right, so that is Arnold Moss. Rest in peace. Okay. The next person we're going to look at here is Barbara Anderson, who was Lenore. Okay. Barbara Anderson is still breathing. She was born November 27th, 1945. So this means when she reaches that date, hopefully, she'll turn the ripe old age of 80. That is so cool. Beautiful green-eyed Barbara Jean Anderson is best remembered on screen as the socialite turned San Francisco police officer Eve Whitfield in the first four seasons of the NBC police drama Ironside from 1967, starring Raymond Burr. She was born in Brooklyn, New York, the daughter of an enlisted Navy man. In her teens, her family moved to Memphis, Tennessee, following her father's latest posting. Barbara took elocution lessons to overcome first her strong Brooklyn accent and then her newly acquired Southern accent. Okay. And she did win one Primetime Emmy Award. Um, she won back in 1968 on Ironside for playing Eve as Outstanding Performance by an Actress in a Supporting Role in a Drama. Very, very cool. So that was Barbara Jean Anderson. And the last thing she worked on, let's see. So yeah, she was in the Ironside movie in 1967 as Eve. She did 105 episodes of the series from 67 to 71. And besides Star Trek, she did Mission Impossible for 2 episodes in 1972. She was Mimi Davis in that. Very cool. And then the last thing she did work on back in 1993 was the TV movie The Return of Ironside as Eve Whitfield. That is so cool. So, Barbara Anderson, you are still alive. You're alive. All right. And last but not least, as I said, we would do three people. So, we're going to look at Bruce Hyde, who played Kevin Riley, Where My Heart Is. So funny. All right, Bruce Hyde. Yep, unfortunately, he did pass away in 2015. So rest in peace, Bruce. He was 74. He got his Bachelor of Arts degree from Northwestern University in 1963, his master's at University of North Texas in 1984, a PhD at the University of Southern California in 1990. He divided his SCSU teaching duties between the Department of Theater, Film Studies, and Dance, where he taught acting, and the Department of Communication Studies, teaching interpersonal and small group communication. Wow, very well learned man. Now, besides playing Kevin Riley for 2 episodes on Star Trek, he did 1 episode of That Girl, which had, uh, Thomas in it, and he was Hobart Niles. And then in the movie The Confession of Lee Harvey Oswald, he was the mysterious man. That was in 2010. And then in the TV series Vacation Playhouse in 1966, he did 1 episode as Binky Stubbs. And that's on Marla Thomas. Yeah. And that Confession was the last film he did in 2010 of Lee Harvey Oswald. Okay, very cool. All right, so that takes care. And now we're going to go ahead and take a look at tomorrow's greatest American hero. So we can let you know that we have 4 episodes left. 2 tomorrow, 2 on the following Wednesday, and then on the 19th we start with Get Smart. Yay! I'm so happy about that. Alrighty. There we go. All right, so tomorrow from season 3, we're going to, from the last season, we'll be covering episodes 11 and 12. And the same thing for the A Team when we cover them on Thursday. Same episodes, same season. All right, here we go. Yeah, there we go. All right, so episodes 11 and 12. Now, 11 and 12 were actually 2 episodes that weren't broadcast initially. But when they brought the series after the 3rd season was supposed to have ended, they brought the series into summer hiatus, and they decided to go ahead and show 3 more episodes that weren't previously recorded. And they did finish them, so then they played them. So, according to IMDb's background information chronologically, season 3, episode 11, It's Only Rock and Roll, and season 3, episode 12, called Desperado, both came out during the year of 1983. And they did come out during the summer, if I recall correctly. So those are the 2 episodes we'll be covering tomorrow on our weekly webcam series. Okay. Alrighty, so 3 likes, thank you so much. 1 person watching. And what is the photo on your video? Okay. Well, Jay, the 3, I don't have a video. I mean, I don't have a photo. But in the back here, those 3 up there on the wall, those are portraits that Suzanne herself painted. And they represent different holidays. One is Easter, one is Halloween, and one is Christmas. That's on the wall. Yeah. Those are the 3. Yeah. And this T-shirt is "Don't Feed the Sharks." That's what it says. It came from the Odd Aquarium, which is listed in downtown Toronto. It's a combination of a regular aquarium and Ripley's Believe It or Not. So they call it the Odd Aquarium. Yeah, it's very cool. And let's see. Oh, Nemesis of Eden. Hello, Nemesis of Eden. Welcome, welcome. I haven't seen you in a while, my friend. Good to see you. Hey, Mikey, Gorilla, and Jay. I hope you gents have a wonderful day. I can't stay, but I want to say hi and drop a like. Well, thank you, sir. I know you're always busy, Nemesis. But, it's always good to see you, my friend. It really is. And I'm glad you're here. Away, he says. I don't know what it's called. It's the photo or whatever to get you to tap on the video. I don't know. I hmm, I honestly don't know. I'm not sure what you're pointing to or what you
Looks like
see.
your monkey. Not monkey. Your moose.
Moose?
Yeah, the chilling moose.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, that is the chilling moose. That came from uh that came from Gorilla's Censored Thoughts. When he does his cigar lounge, I have this chilling moose that's sitting there cross-legged and he's smoking. Regular cigarette. Yeah, that's the chilling moose. That's the portrait, the avatar I have there. If that's what you're talking about, yes, that's the one I was using. And he says, "Howdy! I'm just so proud to be here." Well, we're proud to have you, brother Jay. Brother Jay. And how are you and Renee doing? Let me know in the comments there how you guys are handling. Yeah, it's been hard on us. Oh, it looks like cantaloupe. Oh, that's weird. Okay. Then I don't know what you're looking at. I don't know. I put up a different JPEG on everything. So, but normally my thing is a moose. Yeah, it's the chili moose. So it could be cantaloupe. It could be something else. I don't know. I just choose from my list there. And oops, we just had somebody dropped out. Oh no. Alrighty. Well, anyway, 5 likes. Really enjoy that. Now I'll put mine in, so there'll be 6. That'd be great. I love this. Oh, it's like a dessert. Oh, okay. Well, I'll have to look it over again just to check it out myself. But that's interesting. You think of it that way. Okay. Huh. All right. Well, anyway, so that's it for today as far as TOS. Tomorrow, of course, like I said, we got 2 more episodes of TGAH. We've got 2 more after that, and then we start with Get Smart. And then on the A Team, season 3, episodes 11 and 12 for that show. And of course, we still have about a season and a half left to cover there. But once that's done, the next thing we will be doing is random mystery shows. And we'll be doing 1 episode of each mystery show and kind of covering it in a little bit more detail, what was up to date and everything else. So Jay is hunkered down because of all this rain and tornado watches. Oh, yikes. Well, Jay and Renee, be safe. We hope and pray that you'll get through this okay. I don't want a tornado to take your house and destroy it. Come on now, man. You got to stay around. You told me you would be around for me. And I'll be around for you and I'll be around for my beautiful wife here. But you got to stay around. You can't let a little tornado, a little bit of wind gust or funnel cloud decide to wipe you out. Come on now, man. You're stronger than that. You can be stubborn. Come on, Jay. I know you. But anyway, um, all right. So let's say a quick prayer. Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Dear Lord, we're asking today, we appreciate social media, but today we are asking for 2 special prayers. We want to hope that Jay and Renee get through their tornadoes and the terrible rainstorms and everything that's going on down there in Louisiana. We also want to pray for Gorilla and Gorilla's who's going through some blizzard warnings, wildfires, and all sorts of crap. So let's hope that he can get through it okay and no problems, and we don't want to hear anything else. Also, last but not least, we do want to pray for Larry, Diane, Ronnie, if she's going with them, and Tyler, his son. And we want to ask that all of them, Lord, make it safely to Chicago, that along the way there will be no problems, no mishaps, no troubles, no accidents, car accidents, or anything. We hope and pray they make it safely all the way up the Route 66 until they get to Chicago, and hopefully they'll get to meet my friend PJ Destin. So, with all this, Lord, we ask and pray through your Father, through your Son, Jesus Christ, through the Holy Spirit, through both our patron saints, Saint Suzanne and Saint Michael the Archangel, and of course the Blessed Virgin Mary. Pray for us, all of it. angels and saints. In all this we ask in your name, Lord. Amen and amen. Father, Son, Holy Spirit. And there we go. And Jay says, Renee and I are loving on each other while thinking of you and Suzanne, so that makes us even hornier. Oh, jeez. Oh, my God, Jay, did you have me just say that? Oh, you're going to make me laugh more and more. What am I going to call you two? The Horn Dogs? You should use that as your last name. Hey, I'm Jay, and this is my girlfriend, Renee, Horn Dog. Woo! I'm kidding, Brother Jay. But it's funny, though. It's funny. It's great. Yes, Suzanne and I have this understanding. We're very intimate. We're very close to each other, and we hold each other at night. And yeah, it's fun. It's a lot of fun to be married. It really is. And Jay, I didn't see you unless you appeared. Well, I think you did. Oh, well, you might have been. I don't know, but in the chat. But we did celebrate our 15 years together as a couple back on March 1st on Saturday. I had to cancel the Star Trek Requiem fan film, which I would have worked on, which I would have done with you guys on the 1st. But that's going to come on the 8th. So tomorrow I will look for the episode. I already seen it, so I'm going to go ahead and send you guys a copy of it. You and Daniel, Sif Dan, and Eli and Steve. Anchorman, and Little Blue. So yeah, I'm going to send you guys each a copy. So that'll be 4 copies. Yeah. Then watch it, and then when you're ready at 1 p.m. Eastern this coming Saturday on the 8th, we'll cover it. So yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it. Alrighty, and then of course don't forget on Friday, if Gorilla's still doing it, we'll be having Waltons. I'm one of the co-hosts on that, along with Resolute Germ and PvP, our brother there in British Columbia. And I believe we're now on season 4, episode, I want to say 14. I don't know. I'll have to look that up. Jay says, we're getting hornier. No, missed you. Sorry, brother. Oh, that's okay. It's all right, brother. It's okay. We have two more. We have 2 more anniversaries coming up. In April on the 19th, the day before Easter, Sunday on Easter Saturday, is our 9th wedding anniversary when we got married in the courthouse down there in Scottsdale, Arizona, with my parents as witnesses. So that's coming up, and then and there will be a special Easter live stream on the same day. So April 19th, make sure you're here for a special live stream. We have it planned for, again, same time as we did our last live stream celebration anniversary, which will be 9 p.m. Eastern time. That'll be on April 19th. And then we have one more anniversary we're going to celebrate on June 23rd, a week after we celebrate Suzanne's birthday on June 16th. And it's going to be our 10-year anniversary when we got married over there in Niagara Falls, Ontario, with my wife being the minister, me being the groom, and her being the wife and the bride, and then we had one witness. So, yeah. And Jay says I'm covered right now. Well, that's great, brother. I'm glad you're covered. Alrighty. Well, we still have 1 like or 5 likes, and we still have 1 person watching, Mr. J, apparently. So, brother J. Yeah, so that's so much fun. Okay. So, on behalf of Jay Aldridge and his wonderful girlfriend Renee, on behalf of Nemesis of Eden, on behalf of Travel with Lisa MH from the UK, on behalf of Gorilla's Censored Thoughts, and let's see. Yep, so Travel with Lisa, Gorilla, Jay and Renee, Nemesis of Eden. Alrighty. Very cool. Oh, yep. Jay says, almost forgot. Hello, darling. Renee says, hello, baby. And hello, Mama Suzanne. Aw. Thank you, Renee. Thank you for saying hello to us. We appreciate you. You take care of that Jay, man. Oh, yeah. You whip him good. Whip it good. Or whip him good. Whatever. Devo, man. Reference. Okay. So on behalf of all of you, thank you so much for being here. 6 likes. We really appreciate that. And 2 people watching. That is totally awesome. Okay. So you folks know what we got going on the rest of this week. We're keeping an eye on Larry, Fierce of Adventures, hoping he's going to make it safely all the way to Chicago. So we're trying to keep a track on him right now. And hopefully he will. In the meantime, like I said, 2 episodes of The Greatest American Hero tomorrow, 2 episodes of the greatest series ever created on television, in my honest opinion, The A-Team. Working with Gorilla on Friday the 7th. Saturday will be our Star Trek fan film called Requiem, which is a sequel to Star Trek Renegades. That'll begin at 1 p.m. Eastern Time on Saturday. I'll be there hopefully with Sif Dan, Jay Aldridge, Eli, who is Little Blue, and of course Anchorman, who is Scott. So hopefully we'll have the 5 of us. We'll be watching, or we'll just be reviewing the movie we saw, give our honest assessment grades, our thoughts, our impressions, and then we ask you in the chat, have you seen it? And we're also going to do a random poll question. Now, I'm not going to reveal what it is, but it's going to be totally random. So, when I set it up, if any of you folks get a chance, vote in the poll, and then we will do the results at the very end. So, that'll be the surprise. Anyway, I'm being spanked right now. Why are you telling me that, Jay? Oh, my lord. Oh, hello, PvP. Oh, we got a few more minutes. PvP from British Columbia. Hello, guys. Hi, guys. Just saying hi. Well, thank you, PvP. It's good to see you, my friend. Um, PvP, howdy. Oh, Gorilla. Are you hoping to? Are you thinking of having a cigar lounge later today? If you are, Suzanne will keep an eye on it. See what time you hope to have one. I would love to join you today, if you have a chance. I mean, if you're gonna do one. Um, we're keeping an eye on everything. Jay Aldridge says Renee loves pokes. So we want to thank PvP for being here as well. Our brother from BC. Yes. Oh, and she loves poles. Oh, I thought she loved pokes. But you say she loves poles. Oh, okay. She loves poles. Go figure. Is she old enough still to be able to slide around a pole or what? Forget it. Forget I even asked that question. Just too funny. Okay, so not much else going on here with me and Suzanne. The exterminators are trying to come back and try to give us our brushing again, and we're like going to say to them no because everything is cleaned up. So we're not going to let them into our apartment. That's the latest that's going on. We have severe weather coming the next 2 days, so we're going to have to prepare for that. We might even have a power outage. I don't know. Usually, when we have a mix of big snow, lots of thunderstorms, lots of lightning, something is bound to happen. So let's hope it doesn't, but you never know. PvP says he's going to the dentist later this afternoon at 6 p.m. Pacific to get the temporary filling checked. Only be there a half an hour, so should make Cigar Lounge if Gorilla does it. Cool, cool. All right, PvP. Well, we'll see what happens with that. So, I'm going to the kidney doctor tomorrow, and yes, she can. All right. Well, Jay, We'll pray for your appointment. Make sure everything goes well with your kidney doctor tomorrow. Okay? And, Renee, you better lube up that pole. You want to try it out again. You better have that thing sliding up and down. Whoa, that's funny. PvP says, hi, Jay. Oh, boy. Manager won't allow me to put a pole in my apartment. Well, that's your fault. I don't. Hey, your landlord is an old stooge and a stiff. If he does, if he doesn't want a pole, if Renee has one in her place, you might just want to go over there and do it, and have her, dance for you, play for you, do whatever. Jay, boy, you're a horn dog. Oh God, you're scaring me right now. Anyway, anyway, I'm glad that everybody made it in here. Jay, PvP, Nemesis, Lisa, Gorilla, everybody that's here. Thank you again. My beautiful wife, of course, too, watching. So, I hope everyone has a safe and well uh, rest of the week and the weekend. And of course, as good old Gene Siskel from the Chicago Tribune, rest in peace, who was better than the fat man who I just found out is also gone and been gone for a while, Mr. Roger Ebert. So that means both Siskel and Ebert at the movies are both gone and in heaven. So, but on behalf of Gene Siskel, who always said the aisle is now closed. So was the best piece of advice. Also, don't forget, Larry always says, be yourself. Great bit of advice. My beautiful wife, who, as a wonderful universal life minister, says, leave everything in God's hands. Absolutely, totally awesome quote there. And finally, as I always say here, always expect the unexpected, everybody. That's what I say as our meme. That's what we use now. So, and PvP is going to head out. Talk later. Thank you, PvP. Thank you so much, brother, for coming. And Jason sliding up and down. Oh, Jay, you're going to owe me for this. You are going to owe me big time for this. Oh, my Lord. Okay. So, God bless everybody in the chat. If I failed to mention you, but I'm pretty sure I didn't, that I did mention everybody. All of you have a great day. God bless to all of you. Don't forget, as always, God bless the United States of America. God bless Canada. God bless the wonderful world that we live in. The freaking world. It's all nuts and going insane, but we all live in it. And don't forget, finally, peace from MikeySuzeFour. And we'll see you guys and gals tomorrow for those 2 episodes. 2 more tomorrow, and then 2 more left next Wednesday. And then we go to Get Smart. Oh. Dun, 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 dun. That. So with all that, take care, everybody. We'll see you soon. Don't hit your butt on the door when you go out anywhere or when you enter. And watch those polls. Ooh, scary, scary. Unless they're lubed up. Later, everyone.